Hello again everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to do a fail-safe liner. I think anyone can get it right if you do it this way. Okay, so to show you this really cool fail-safe eyeliner hack, I'm going to use the Nars Wanted palette. It's a really great palette. Most Nars palettes are great palettes and they have a good few neutrals in them, so they're awesome to have. This palette, as you can see, I've broken it so that I can use it, and you can see it's very well loved. I'm going to stick with these sort of neutrals, and I'm going to use the chocolate brown eyeshadow to create an eyeshadow outline of the liner that I want. And that way I can correct it with a Q-tip if I need to, or I can take some micellar water or some cream on a really beautiful brush and just clean it all up. So here's how that would look. So for my eyeliners, I always use watercolor brushes. And what that does is it achieves these beautiful points. It's quite hard to then go wrong with something like that. So here we go. I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to wet it, and I'm going to go right into this chocolate brown eyeshadow here, and I'm going to create a little paste for myself, which I can start my eyeliner with. Now I'm going to try and make a mistake. I mean, obviously it's hard for me to make mistakes by this point in my life, especially on myself, because I'm a certain age and I don't tend to make liner mistakes. But I'm going to try and make a mistake so I can show you what I mean by fail-safe. So let's say that this is the end result that I want, a beautiful fine liner. But I make a mistake, like oops, or oops, or oops, okay? Now here's the trick. Because you don't have any eyeshadow on, what you can do is then you can pick up a Q-tip and you can tidy up your mistakes. So what this achieves is then a template that you can follow later on. So I'm just going to dip it into some water and correct my mistake. Right? So I can just tidy that up. Right? Okay, so now I've corrected my mistake and gone back to my initial shape, which I can just again dip into my chocolate brown Nars Wanted palette eyeshadow, so I can redo my liner. Okay, so you get where the help comes from. I'm going to do my other eye very quickly. And having said I don't make mistakes, watch me make a mistake now. Now I just want to tell you guys that there's no reason to feel so pressured into black liner. This is a dark chocolate brown liner and I think it's kind of beautiful. Okay, so there is your template. You can see that's really quite, gives you a good framework to follow. Now I'm just going to quickly hit my eyes with very simple eyeshadow. I'm just going to take skin tones again. I'm going to do, brights on my lid and my brow bone and a little bit of a socket line and like a super soft corner. So in the Wanted palette, so I've used that as your chocolate brown liner. You can see it, I hope, nicely on my eyes right now. And then I'm going to use these medium tones. So I'm going to do the vanilla on my brow and these on my socket lines. Nothing too exciting, just quick makeup. So here's my brow bone. I'm just going to pop some vanilla on that. And anytime you see eyeshadows in a palette and you're like, oh, that's really just too ashy for me. So for example, I really feel like that's a bit bright. So I'm just going to dip right into the second color here to make it a slightly more me-friendly color. So don't think of shadows as done deals. Play. I'm using the Eco Tools flat shadow brush pretty much for everything. So here we go with that same vanilla on the lid as well. I'm going to try and avoid the eyeshadow a little bit. Right? So I'm just coming above it, but it doesn't really matter if it gets a little bit white or vanilla-y, because this is just my template, right? So I don't mind. I'm going to go over this with whether you want to do a super black liner or whether you want to just do a chocolate brown liner. I just feel that eyeshadow liners are just more forgiving, guys. Now you know what I love about this Eco Tools brush, it's the changeable head. So I'm just going to take off the flat shadow brush, and now I'm putting on the blending crease brush, which looks like that. Pop it right on. Such a good brush, this multi-head Eco Tools brush. And now I'm going to dip into that slightly darker terracotta, and let's make my socket line a bit exciting. I always find the best way to see your structure is to hold your mirror under your face and tilt that chin up, and here we go. Let's make that socket line yummy. Okay, once you've got that happening, maybe I'll take a tiny bit of the chocolate brown and just make my corner a bit yummy. And maybe I'll pick up a smaller detailing brush. I'm just picking up the head. This is the precision blending. It's going to make the corner a little more exciting. While I have my precision blending brush, I'm just going to give my under eye a little bit of contour and soften that using the soft terracotta. And then I want to tidy using the vanilla, brightening my inner eye. You see how nice and tidy that looks? May as well make my nose exciting while I'm at it. And then just soften this outwards. Going to take that brush and just empty it. Just make sure everything is soft and pretty together. Okay, now here comes the big cheat part, right? So you've got this liner. Now it's up to you whether you pick up a black or if you go back with the same chocolate brown liner. And I think I'm going to go back with the same chocolate brown liner just so you guys can see that you don't always have to get into blacks. So in this Wanted palette, you can see it's a nice, rich, dark chocolate brown. And I'm just going to go with that. Now I've already given myself an outline, which I had the ability to correct. So now all I have to do is zhuzh it up again. Boom, liner done. If you found this useful, I do hope you subscribe and hit the bell, because then your phone will let you know when there's the next video. I include this, I think, in a brown gal hack, but really honestly, it's just a great hack. I think we're all a bit scared of eyeliner, and really honestly, there is no need to be. Thank you so much for joining me. Mwah!